Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun.
Good morning, everybody. The 26th Friday, crazy week. Man, I'm feeling all sorts of off, so I don't even know if I'm going to take any trades today. I'm already realizing I gotta step away here and take care of a couple of things. But let's go to the charts here. Ninja Trader is still loading up here because I screwed up. I closed it down wrong. Okay. Yesterday was so wild. So they were down big overnight, and then on the open, there was some very dramatic selling, and but they bought the dip, and then the rest of the day it was all up, and so we are back to the levels that we were at on Wednesday. This felt to me like a really serious recovery. They're like bouncing off of the moving average. So I think that a lot of technical traders are going to read that as a reason to buy. And the thing that I find really interesting about all of this selling and everything is that there's not like a super clear reason. I mean, I know that Europeans are a bit more bearish because they are going into a third wave or a fourth wave or whatever it is. And things are looking pretty bad for their equities. So that might be some of the selling, but I see just a lot of technical trading and that sort of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up bouncing back up to all-time highs. But we come over to the 10-year. Yesterday, there was a pretty bad 7-year auction, and now we're going lower once again. So the pressure on the treasuries is not abating. I think that this could continue here on Friday, but next week there might be some quarter rebalancing and that might change. So we got that. Oil is still kind of all over the place because you got like this Suez Canal blockage on one hand, but you've got less demand coming from Europe. So they're just duking it out over there. And then we get over into the metals and, gold just not doing very well. Silver had a pretty ugly sell yesterday, but they recovered that. So I don't know what goes with that. Somebody just decided to short silver, I guess. And copper is going well with the risk sentiment of the rest of the market here. And when we come back to the dollar, we can see that the dollar continues to do well, but they did come off around the 92.8. So I'm wondering if the dollar will pair some of its gains here today. We'll see this strong dollar. It could be a problem. I don't know. Good morning, Uzi. Good morning, Win. Bill every day now. One of the first ones to say hi. I appreciate you very much for sticking around here, guys. And let's come here. Well, first, let's turn on the Texas speech. We do have some news coming up here. What is it? Is it the PCE? We get wholesale inventories advanced and then PCE price index here in 3 minutes. Okay, so the PCE price index is going to be an important number. Book isn't too light yet, but I think that we will get there. Starting the day out right. That's right, man. Coming in early every day and getting the routine in is a big factor for sure. Trading and investing in trend stock themes, asks Zero Hedge. Okay, look at that. Okay, so I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. Be right back. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got about a minute here. Pierre, yo, good. I was chipping away at that histogram yesterday, trying to figure out why it wasn't saving to template or workspace, and I can't figure it out. I'm dumb. Okay, well, we'll as soon as we get through the news, I think we'll look at that. Insurance companies taking advantage of higher yields and flows from Japan, yeah? Like they're saying, a lot of the selling in the treasuries apparently was Japanese funds coming in and selling for their end of year rebalancing. Now that, and there was also this SLR thing, right? Now that that's all over, I think that you're going to have a bunch of funds in the U.S. that are going to have to sell equities and buy treasuries. I don't know how much that's going to affect things, but I think that the first few days of next week as they go through the end of the month rebalancing could be really interesting. I don't think that we're going to see too much of it today, though. Today, I think that this inflation number that we're going to get in PCE is much more important. By the way, the estimate for personal income month over month is negative 7.3. Societe Generale expects U.S. 10-year yields at 2%. Oh, for sure. Otherwise, they're losing money compared to inflation. They're going to have to come up. When you really think about it, it was kind of silly that stocks expected that low rates to stay that way forever. Okay. So it sounds like we're getting, okay, U.S. personal income month over month actual negative 7.1 versus a forecast 7.3. Consumer spending month over month negative 1.0 versus a forecast 0.7. Personal income wasn't down as much as expected, but personal spending was down more than expected. And PCE core was 1.4% versus an expected 1.5. So the inflation wasn't huge. And the PCE price index, not core, was 0.2 versus previous 0.3s. So, I think that's all fine and dandy. It doesn't look like the market's reacting to it too much. Maybe E-mini will just kind of go and buy after this, saying, oh, it's just great. Oh, man. Did you guys watch Joe Biden's... So I haven't seen the whole thing yesterday. I was doing other stuff, but... there's some funny stuff coming out of Joe Biden's press conference, but I think it's really funny again to look at the media because I'm just reading here CNN Politics. Convening his first formal news conference, President Joe Biden stepped into a swirl of issues that have bubbled up at the 2-month mark of his presidency. Here are 4 key takeaways from his event. You look at all of the other, well, not all of the other, the conservative news outlets, and they're basically like Joe Biden's news conference was a disaster, and we all question if he's all there. It was weird, and the whole thing with like he had to have index cards and everything is like, what is going on over there, man? So it's interesting to watch them react to that. You watched every minute of it, Yosi. I take it you enjoyed it then. My wife was watching it. I don't know why she was watching it. It's not something that she tends to do, but she was watching and she's like, what the heck is like she was in particular the Joe Biden's lie that the middle class is taxed more than the rich. And she's like, what the hell is he talking about? I'm sure that what he meant to say is that the tax percentage for the rich, if they're just doing investments, is lower. Yes, because we prioritize capital investments. The faces he makes, man, if he were my grandfather, would make me shed a tear. Ugh. I don't know if I'd call it a disaster, but I'd be lying if I didn't concede politics aside. I genuinely feel sorry for that man. Well, I wonder, how much of the actual decision making do you think he's really doing? I mean, I find it hard to believe that he's not having any impact. And there's certainly stories going out like, oh, he convened with historians to see if they should really push ahead with their liberal agenda. And the historians said yes. And I'm like, okay, but was that really Joe Biden? Or was that like Joe Biden's team? You know? And we don't really know. But you got to question his mental fitness. I do. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's good we got Sleepy Joe in place so we could get the market to run up. Doesn't matter as long as his team is good. It matters, yeah. So here's the thing: is that decisions by committee tend not to work very well. You still have to have somebody to make like the tough call. Like think about the Osama bin Laden raid. Okay. Like you ever watched that movie Zero Dark 30? Like the whole thing was that everybody in the CIA wasn't sure about it, and they were all like, well, maybe he's in there or maybe he's not, and they watched it forever to gather all the intelligence they could. They weren't sure, and it was just that one lady who that was her thing, and she had found the base in the first place, was like, I'm 100% sure it's him. I'm 100%, and that was like the thing that was enough to convince them to go in. And Obama like made that call, and it was like a controversial call amongst his cabinet. So imagine what happens if we have some sort of political instability in the world, like North Korea is heating up, Iran is heating up, and you're making decisions. You don't actually have a real commander in chief. So that could matter. Yes. It also matters to what kind of policies actually get implemented, because if it is like a team behind it, then you can almost guarantee that his team is going to be more liberal than him, and that they're going to push ahead with as progressive as they can get come hell or high water. And I think that was a factor behind some of the selling that we've had in equities over the past week, is that Joe Manchin is saying he would be okay with a VAT tax. So like if he's on board, and I haven't heard anything from Sienna, but you know, it sounds like it's possible for the Democrats to pass a tax increase. And the taxes that are being proposed, at least, are all taxes that directly target the stock market. So yeah, that's going to cause the stock market to sell. How much it is or what's going on, I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how to do the thing. Oh, I remember. Okay. We're going to fix Uzi's little error. First, I got to load a chart here. I will do the E-mini 5 days, sure. Five-minute indicators. Stats. That's the histogram. Okay. Cool. It says that you're more likely to trade evens. Anyways, so then what I can do here, open up the output window first. Oh, it's spit out all sorts of stuff that aren't necessary. I should go and put that in an if statement. Now I should be able to save the template. If I say test, I could not save. There was an error reflecting type. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So it was probably It probably has to do with this right here, right? So if I move this enum back outside here, does it still compile? Yeah, it's a kind of not a very useful error message, is it? Okay. So now let's refresh it. Okay. Now let's try saving the template. Test. Save. Test already exists. You want to replace it? Yes. Nope, that did not fix the problem. Where have I done this? I've done this in some strategies. Like if we come to strategies and we go to like... something else. I figured something needs to be XML ignored. Well, if it's anything, it's going to be this selection part, right? But I don't remember which ones I got. Oh, well, you know what? I know that lizards do, some of those do it. So let's look up one of those ones. AMA Bollinger type. I bet you that there's some stuff in add-ons, huh? Oh, maybe not. Public class, blah, blah, blah. I don't see the enum in there. Because it could be something to do with the enum. See, well, so we could just try like it's really weird. Maybe I'll find a simpler example. You know what we should do is we should open up Visual Studio on this, because I think that that's like an error that has an inner exception. It will tell us exactly what's going on. Hey, look, the E-mini did buy. I was like, maybe they buy it now that that's all over with, just because they wanted to buy it anyways. Yeah, they did. I'm still really hesitant to take trades because it's Friday and because of the way that the market has been kind of difficult to predict. And I bet you that because of that, it ends up being like just a monster up day or something, you know? Is there news? No, I mean, there was the PCE and personal income numbers. Okay. So they're going through that, and we come in, we try to save as tests. Yes. Oh, and I don't catch an exception doing it? Well, that is not helpful. You know the rule, as soon as you buy it reverses down. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not gonna touch it. I am surprised. Did I attach it to the right thing and everything? Okay. Do I have debugging enabled? Yes. But if I try to save it, it does not. It does not break. Not helpful. Oh, we have one open over here. So where's one where I've done this maybe that it works? And there's something I've done in it maybe? Grep enum star. I need to make this window bigger first. IR adaptive CCI is one. Public enum, and there's the enum. And it is under here. Region variables, and then on state change. Could it be the words? Oh, whoa. Why doesn't it not use... Where does it use that enum? I don't see it using it. There it is. Oh, in that instance, he's not making it an integer script property. Good morning, Keller, by the way. Iridium, huh? I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark and say that maybe it doesn't like... Wild shot in the dark here. Wild shot in the dark. Maybe it doesn't like you using the words open, high, low, close. That's my theory. So, we'll go through the scientific process. We'll try it. I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, it did not work. Did not work. Gonna try this. Let's just get rid of the property for a second and see if it works. Oh, E-mini topped out there hard. Well, not that much activity going on over there anyways, so it's not like a huge deal. Okay. That, of course, did change the thing a little bit because it's not you. It's just using the high. Save as. Test. Yes. Oh. Oh. It still failed. Oh, wait. Maybe we need to reload the indicator. Sometimes that'll happen where it will retain certain stuff, properties, even though it shouldn't. No, it still doesn't like it. Oh, that is very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what Keller is talking about there, but that's funny. Okay. Yes. That's so weird. So weird. No. Wrong one. Test. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You see that? It still doesn't work. Oh, is it because... Oh, I have a theory. New theory. Range histogram is not in the same namespace. I'm going to cut it and I'm going to move it over here and cut, move it over properly. I am then going to come in here, range histogram, and range histogram is going to go in this namespace. Now it's going to create a bunch of errors in some other ones that use it. So these ones should all also be moved. ADX. Distribution range difference. I wonder what that one was about. Level 2 stats and stats 2. And open histogram. Swing histogram. And where are these price pivots ones coming from? Those ones might be somewhere else. Wow. I've put that histogram thing to work, haven't I? Okay, so now I compile again. They will still have errors, but the files will be in the right spot. And so then I just have to say, like this, copy, paste. And this one, yeah. So we just have to add in using NinjaScript.indicators.speculator set stats semicolon. And same here on this one. Compile. Well, I have to fix my workspace. For you, you will have to delete like your old version of range histogram, but Okay. Compiles. Now I'm going to come back to this and uncomment the stuff. It's taking a bit. Okay. I will add and remove it to be sure. Okay. Okay. Save as. All that work and it didn't fix it. Ah! Perhaps they all have this problem. Okay, test. Test. Let's come back here. Which one could we add? Range? Nah, yeah, let's just do the range histogram itself. Okay. Will it give me an error for both of them? Yes. And now we are getting somewhere. Now we are getting somewhere. So it is the range histogram that does not work. Int string brush int text format. That should probably not. Okay. No, it still doesn't like that. Morning Ace. Bool. System.day of week. Is an enum. Int brush, and we ignore that and make the string. Brush, and we ignore that and we make the string. The text format, I have it ignored. Int, that's a brush and it's ignored. Int is fine. Okay. Perhaps. Morning Ace. It really doesn't like my range histogram. Okay. It could be that property. We'll see. Nope. Let's see here. Maybe I can get it to, maybe I can do a trick to get it to break for me by doing it in a different location. Like, what if we come in here and we say serialize this? Something like that. No, I guess it's more complicated. XML serializer s equals new XML serializer type of this. Or maybe I just have to say type of range histogram. Going long. This is C#, yep. So what reflection is a reflection is their ability to go in and look at what the properties are of the class. And what it's saying is that when it uses reflection to try and serialize it, that there's an error. So normally there would be like an inner exception, but it's not showing us that. So I think that it's because the exception is happening in a different thread where the debugging, what do we call it? The debugging symbols aren't added in, and so it can't see the exception. So I've done this. If I reload the chart, it should break. Well, Visual Studio got pushed to the front. Okay, here we go. Ba-doom. Few details. There is an error reflecting type exception. Okay. Inner exception. Cannot serialize member profile. That is a okay, so now I have to hit continue so that I can pull back this up. Profile is not a property down here, but maybe it is a property up here. Public dictionary profile. Am I allowed to just add XML ignore to it like that? Even though it's not like a full-on property with getters and setters and stuff? Well, it didn't complain. Have you made a video about programming? What do you mean? I have made like 5 videos about programming. Aha. Aha. We have fixed it. Wait. Let's come back down here. This bit right here. You can get rid of that. And this bit right here, I think we get rid of that. I've made a bunch of programming videos. I'm going to make another one this weekend about the pitfalls that you run into in backtesting NinjaTrader, the ways that you can trick it. Okay. Refresh. Good deal. So now I should be able to go in templates, save as, test, replace, yes. Ta-da! Do you backtest actual strategy? Yeah, I have a bunch of strategies. We're running one. Oh, you know what? I never turned them on, by the way. We should at least turn on Gabby. Oh, we'll turn them all on. Okay, so now that we've fixed all of that, and then we go back to our last digit histogram and just make sure that that's all set up correctly. I'm going to add another property here. Ninja script property. Kill Visual Studio here, by the way, yes. That'll really hurt. Okay. Public bool. Use log. Get set. By default, I will say use log equals false. And this bit right here, I think that I can just put if use log. I think it's that whole section. I don't think that you have to sort the list for the other parts. Hold on, Uzi. I'll send you the whole thing. So I don't remember what some of these histograms were meant to do, just to warn you. They already killed that chart. Yeah, I did. It's fine. My performance here is getting killed. How much RAM am I using? No, it looks like I'm fine on that front. NinjaTrader's using a lot of CPU, but it looks like we're okay. Okay. Oh, I guess, I might not do the whole thing because I'd have to go and find the names of all of them. I wish that it would separate them out into folders. This one right here. Okay. Now it will say, what? Have I done this before where it like, maybe I just need to add the other one? Indicators, range, where is it? Range, histogram, okay. Better. Yes. Okay. Try that, Uzi. Okay, so where are we at? There was that initial little rise after the 6:30 news that I think was mostly due to, okay, now let's get into trading for the day. And it's up at 13 again. It's still pretty slow. Do you think the reported inflation numbers are being ignored or have no effect since people have picked up on goods getting more expensive within the past year? So you got to understand what the Federal Reserve is saying. So the Federal Reserve says that inflation is expected to pick up in the later half of the year. This is anticipated already, right? Now, why are they anticipating this? Well, because of the pandemic and the restrictions and everything else like that, you've got a real supply chain disruption, okay? And it's getting even worse because of this Suez Canal thing, right? So what they're saying is that because of the supply disruptions, demand is going to outpace supply in the short run. But those supply chain disruptions are going to be temporary, and the inflation is only going to get up to the levels that they want inflation to be at anyways, which is 2 to 3%. So that's why the Federal Reserve continues to say that it is transitory. The issue is that everybody else is saying, well, okay, but you've also printed a ton of money. So I think that there is this issue where the inflation comes because of that reason, but when that happens, everybody will see it and anticipate more inflation because of the debt that the government is taking on. And then you get inflation taking off on you, right? And you just got to remember that to see price inflation, a lot of different things need to happen. And even though the government has been printing a lot of money, it hasn't resulted in a high demand for these products that outpaces the supply that would create that price inflation, right? Oh, Uzi fixed it himself. Would those programming videos be helpful despite me not having NinjaTrader, do you think? It's very NinjaTrader specific. And if you're doing Sierra charts, I mean, some of the concepts will be useful, but it's really more designed to get you to know the things about NinjaTrader. That article was dumb. Uzi's mail order bride was on that ship stuck in the Suez Canal. I also just had a brownout. It was lame. Yeah, if you're gonna do Sierra charts, it's a different thing. I could make videos about that too, but I'm not hyper interested in it, to be honest with you. Perhaps I should just get NinjaTrader. Well, there you go. Like, the thing that I really like so much about the NinjaTrader setup is that at least for now, I bet you at some point they change it, but at least for now, you can use the free version and go up against Rhythmic data. And if you're executing on another platform, it all works. My two best friends are C# developers. Yeah. Well, I really think that the C# is an advantage. You gotta understand. I know that there are some hardcore C++ guys out there that are just like diehards about it, particularly in that it's performant. But C++ is an antiquated language. Like, the industry has been working so hard, and they can't seem to find one. Many people thought that it would be Rust, but apparently people don't like Rust. Well, the people that use Rust really like it, but it is not catching on. But the industry has been looking for a really long time for something to replace C++, because the way that it handles dependencies and couple of things that could be built into the language that other languages have built in that they don't have, makes it very difficult to develop, very expensive to develop with. Very expensive to develop with, right? And C# is so fast to develop with. And there you go. I wanted to do something different for them now. I really think that C# is where it's at. I mean, frankly, if I was going to go and make my own platform, I would make it so that you could program your scripts in Python. I wouldn't write the platform in Python, but I would make it so that you could use Python, compile them to binaries, and run them in Python. Because the vast majority of the algo trading out there, at least in the retail space, people are using Python for. Now, I hate Python as a language, to be frank with you. But it has a lot of machine learning libraries that are easy to access. Why is that? Well, so Python is an instance where they wanted to make a language that was easy for new people. So a lot of people will say, oh yeah, if you're just starting out, you've never programmed before, use Python. And the problem with that is that you get all of these weird things in Python that don't apply in other languages. And so it doesn't really help you, because to really do really serious stuff, you have to go outside of Python. Like to be honest with you, really serious stuff is usually not in Python anymore. So a lot of things started. So did you know that Twitter started as a Django on Rails application? But eventually that ended up being a huge bottleneck. You cannot run an application at scale on Django. It's not performant enough. And they slowly but surely replaced their whole infrastructure. Back in the days, you remember the fail well? Oh, those were the days. Every day it seemed like Twitter would be down, and when you visited the URL, the 404 page would give you a picture of a giant whale, the fail whale, because the site was down, because it was written in Django. Python looks like pseudocode. And the thing that irks me the most about it is that the tabs, like the spacing of your code matters. that is the thing that I find the most irritating.
Kevin Wimmer says why not make a own platform? Ninja says or says C Hearts says Trader. Meta says no copyright infringement.
Meta said. Well, I want to. If we get the YouTube channel membership up to enough people, and we're not far off. So I think that we have... Oh, you know what? I need to take care of that, by the way. I saw somebody post and I totally forgot. Somebody sent me an email and I need to go and activate it. Hold on a second. And we'll see how many we've got. I think I've got like 6 people in there right now. And if we get to like 12 to 15, then we can justify getting the Rhythmic API Plus. And then I will want to go and make my own platform to do Rhythmic API Plus. Now, what should I write that platform in? That is the question. That is the question, friend. Django is a great framework, just not something for the size of Twitter. Yeah. The thing that I really like about Django. Oh man, okay. So hold on a second. His machine starts. Okay. Yep, this one right here. April. Oh, I need to check this over here. Have you seen the due diligence about the ETF shorting against the GameStop trades still in progress? No, I honestly have just not been paying attention to the GameStop thing at all. Other than that it was down really big on Wednesday and then it was up even more on Thursday. So I look at that and I say, you know what? It is not trading rationally over there. And I don't want to have anything to do with it. Okay. There we go. So when we come over and we look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 people running it right now. So I don't really advertise it or push it very hard or anything, but if we get 12 people doing the channel membership, then we will have to start looking at making our own platform. Speculation is that if we see broad market bleeding, it is so you do get this thing where long short equity strategies are getting hit by GameStop. We got 5 people running the speculatorseth.com indicator suite. So the same set of indicators that I'm using. Well, I'm going to now for my C# app developer friends that I'm joining the dark side. It's kind of interesting because application development with C#, like web application development with C# kind of sucks. but it's actually really good. I hate doing it, but it works really well. It's one of those things that's like, well, it's kind of become the best tool, even though I don't really like doing it that way. I much preferred like the lamp stack, but man, you don't want to use PHP anymore, man. PHP is, it'd kill me. The other day, I guess I still have it in my my skills on LinkedIn or something, but the other day I was getting messages like, come and develop PHP for me, and I'm like, I would rather die. I watch my friends really struggle with C#, really? Yeah. Okay, so here's the open. Clear that. Send this guy a message. I've never done it that way. There's somebody been messaging me, and they really want to build everything in NinjaTrader or in Visual Studio, and I don't think it works that way. You're reading about Python.
Kevin Wimmer says feels bad, man. Seems like I am the only one right here who has no idea about coding.
Yeah, what the heck? You gotta be watching the videos, man. Okay, well, I need to focus here on the DOM. It's slow. There wasn't a clear directional bias right on the open, so that makes me even more hesitant about taking a trade. I am still biased to the upside, and it looks like they are too. Like that. As soon as I said, I don't want to take a trade, they went up. I could have been in and out already. 39.22 is what you want? Yeah, sure. Okay. Why not? Most days, though, lately, there's been a little bit of a sell first before things really took off. You know what I mean? This is where it's like, oh, we buy it at 39.16, and then they go down to 39.12 before reversing back up, right? Oh, see, there it is right there. There it was right there. Yeah, okay, and there's 14. Does that give them enough spring to get to 13? Not quite. I was learning JavaScript before to play this game called Sweeps. Oh man, JavaScript is another one. JavaScript is a good language to learn, but you got to realize that when you're learning JavaScript, it like has no translation to anything else. I feel like Retail alone doesn't have enough power to cause this rise in GameStop, so there's probably I actually think that it totally could. Like, here's the thing, is that would assume that like everybody else is trying to short it. But like honestly, what moron hedge fund right now would still be trying to short this thing? I just don't see it. I think that retail traders bid it up using gamma and options and everything. And Wall Street just said, okay, fine, have fun. Hi, Big Toasty. Okay, well, we did get the little drop that I wanted. They didn't go to the other side of the open. Interesting little fight going on here at 16. Am I treating anybody has to pay developers to go to stuff for Sierra charts? Yeah, I don't. I feel really strongly that you want to be developing strategies and stuff. You got to learn how to program, man. It's just it's going to become more and more a necessity as time goes on. Now Sierra charts is interesting. So here's what I think is going to happen to Sierra charts. And it's not like I know anything or anything like, so I'm just guessing here. But Brett says I threw off your subscriber count by installing on a new machine. Oh, so do I need to go back and do it on go and do the activation for you again? We can do that. It would be fine. But no, I think that what's going to happen with Sierra charts is I think they're going to get bought. This is what I think is going to happen. I think that somebody like TD Ameritrade or someone like that is going to come and buy them. They're gonna sell out, and people aren't going to want to use them for futures trading anymore. That's what I think is going to happen to Sierra charts. They're already doing some weird things like increasing the pricing and everything else like that. I don't see people complain about platform developers very often, but there seems like there's a thread every other week on Futures.io about Sierra charts. So I think that what's going to happen is they're going to get bought out, and then people won't want to use them for futures trading anymore. Saw Microsoft was in talks to buy Discord for 10. Yes, I saw that as well. It would be a good acquisition, right? Well, they didn't get a very good price. Please no, I really like Sierra. Hopefully it stays as is. I know, right? I don't want to scare y'all, but that's what I think is going to happen. Discord should IPO? Nah, I don't know if it would be a good IPO. So like the problem is how much money does Discord actually make, right? And like what is their future revenue growth plans? Because honestly, to really make money with Discord, I think they'd have to do a couple of unsavory things. So it's a lot like YouTube. It's like it's really, really valuable, but not on its own. But as part of a larger stack, it's really valuable. So I think that it could be really valuable to a company like Microsoft, but IPOing on their own, I don't think it would be good. Wall Street Bets is Discord's biggest community, is it? It was funny considering how many times they've been banned, right? Discord plus Xbox. Oh, yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Plot twist, GameStop buys Discord. That would be well, so apparently, so here's the thing that gets me excited about GameStop. Oh, my wife is about to go. Hold on a second. Okay, well, let's see here. New York-based Chainalysis, a startup that allows companies and government agencies to analyze and investigate blockchain transactions, raised $100 million. Oh, wow, that's okay. I was in the Wall Street Bets Discord for way too much going. Oh man, dude, like signing into their voice is like, shoot me. It's unusable. It's crazy. I don't know how people use the voice chat while trading, but. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so word is that GameStop is going to do computer hardware, because the thing that is really frustrating right now is that all of the big box retailers where you could really go and buy actual computer hardware stopped doing it or went out of business. I guess you can still get it from Best Buy, but your array of options at Best Buy isn't very good. And there was a bunch of places in California, but some of those are going out because of the pandemic, right? Yeah, Fry's went out. Fry's went out of business, right? And what's the other one in California that's still around? I forget. So if you could buy computer hardware at GameStop, and the thing that I've been hearing is this concept where like you can build your own PC there at the GameStop, and it's really easy. So, oh yes, you're right, Ganesh. Micro Center is the one that's still around. So Micro Center is like the last one, the only ones left. But if you could go to GameStop and build your own PC easy, and you get a large number of people building their own PCs, especially if you're able to have cheap hardware so that people could build cheap PCs if they wanted to. It's like a Build-A-Bear for PCs. There you go, Stickball. Yeah, I think that could do well. Yeah, I think that could do really well. Is Build-A-Bear a public company, really? That's where Jolteon came from in the background, by the way. I'm too lazy to get up and fix him, but it looks like Jolteon needs to be fixed. Is the traffic driver the one with most customers wins? Brick and mortar that sells hardware died here around like 8 years ago. Waste of space. I remember collapsing an Office Max just by asking if they had 4 monitors of the same brand and size. Really? Yeah, I don't know. Can a brick and mortar store compete with the online stores in this respect? Well, I personally feel like there have been some really big downsides to, because there's nowhere I can go here where you can really get hardware. I mean, there's a couple of local chains, but you know, if I order a new hard drive and then I realize that I don't have an ATA cable or whatever it is to connect it into the computer, and I need to go and buy it, I have to wait like 2 days for another cable to come in the mail. You know, it's those sorts of things that drive me crazy. So let's see. Well, they're still chopping around that open. It seems like there's a decent amount of back and forth here, but so far the buying has not exploded up to the upside yet. Anyone have thoughts on the WeWork spec? I'm liking the prospect of WeWork as working moves to hybrid home office post-pandemic. I don't know, man. That one's, I mean, the problem is that WeWork was such a mess before the pandemic anyways. So that's my first problem with it. And then my second problem is that I just really don't think that there's going to be as much demand for actual office space anymore. At least not in the short term. I think that in the long run, people are going to realize that there are really huge drawbacks to everybody working at home, and they're going to want to go back to everybody coming to the same place. But it'll take them a while to come to that conclusion. Yeah, the IPO was a shit, so we scam. Well, yeah, and now they're trying to do it. Now they're doing the thing with the SPAC. I'm just kind of like, okay. Oh my gosh. So my wife left to go work, and the baby was still asleep, and he almost immediately wakes up. Let's see if he is actually awake, or if he goes back to sleep. Nope, he's awake. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to scratch this. If they let me. Ugh. Come on. Okay. I bet you now they go up, but I need to go get the kids, so it's fine. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. And of course they did go up. That's funny. That is hilarious. I wouldn't be to my target yet, but why are you scowling like that, dude? You seem like you are mad to be awake.
Kevin Wimmer says is the little one a future Forex trader?
No. Asher, don't trade Forex. Please, it's dangerous. Dangerous. Okay, whatever, Dad. Let's take the headphones, put them over here. The kid is like, bro, dude, I got out of a good trade for you. He did. Now he's just gonna watch it there. We could get in again. I do think it's still gonna go up, but I'm not gonna try and manage trade while I'm watching the baby. No, and I didn't want to take trades today anyway, so it's fine. The morning action has been choppy. I'm not going to discount the possibility that it's going to be like just gangbusters along going into the close again. But so far, his first 15 minutes or so of the open, it has not been very inspiring, has it? Does the markets react to the VIX, or is it just a reflection of the market? That's a good question. Nobody knows. So the VIX is calculated from information in the market, but then now that the VIX exists, does it affect the markets in response? Yeah. How you sort that sort of recursive function is difficult, right? That's getting into fractals and stuff. It's unpredictable. You sound upset. No? Just kind of still a little groggy. He didn't wake up crying, so that's good. Baby Asher grows long. He is big, right? Don't touch the microphone, please. Oh, that's right. We got consumer sentiment at the top of the hour. Okay. You ready for consumer sentiment, Asher? Well, let's see here. Let's see what the numbers we're looking for here. Consumer expectations. Previous reading of 70.7. And consumer sentiment final 80, estimated 83.6. So the inflation expectations will matter. The previous was 3.3. If that edges up, that would be bad. But the 3.3 is like consumers are expecting more inflation than the Federal Reserve is right now. So.
Kevin Wimmer says hopefully he will see the benefits in oil and become a future crude trader.
A crude trader. You say it's not going to move the market today? I kind of suspect that maybe that's why the markets are a little constrained right now. It is an important number. You know, like if consumer sentiment came out and it was like 75, I think the market would react very adversely to that. Oh, don't touch that button. That kind of makes weird noises. Why? Well, so then why is it not ranked higher by investing? So it's not like as important of a number as like the jobs numbers, for instance, is a top tier. I'd say it's probably like a third tier thing, but it's still important, and it's still significant enough that institutions might hold off on doing something on a Friday until that number comes out. Then again, like if consumer sentiment comes out and it doesn't do anything, I would kind of think that would be a key to just be done early for the weekend, right? Whoever wants to own a market top over the weekend, raise it. Well, I don't know, man. It's what the market has been doing this week is really weird. Okay, I've never seen it do this. So the kind of action that we've been seeing is the kind of action that you see at like market bottoms, and we're just barely off of all-time highs. I find it incredibly bizarre. And when you look at the chart, yesterday's action doesn't seem too important, but I was really surprised by some of the order flow that I saw yesterday. There was some really strong, irrationally so, selling in the morning, and then when London closed, everything was hunky-dory, and they just bought it like crazy, and it just kept going and going and going. And it's like, where's all this money coming from? You know? But I guess Europeans are really upset that their economy is going to be closing again. And the Americans are just, buy the dip as ever, I guess. I don't know. but it's a weird market. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to get rebalancing. I don't think that you want to do too much rebalancing on the Friday. So it's kind of like, what are you going to actually get today if consumer sentiment doesn't do anything? You know what I mean? You should wait it out. Well, look, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we'll see what it does. America is embracing a Florida man mentality. Well, so something that you do have to keep in mind here is that the media is not properly informing the public right now. I like that's a really strong opinion to make, but I straight up do not believe that the media at this moment is effectively educating the public about factors that would matter to the economy, and particularly the trajectory of the recovery and how well the United States is doing against the coronavirus, and how the other countries are doing against the coronavirus, and what is going on in the border. Although what's going on in the border isn't particularly relevant to what I'm talking about right now. But these are all things that the media is not playing straight with the American people on it. They don't want the American people to know, apparently, that we're doing pretty good, that Donald Trump's plan to get a vaccine out is working pretty well, and that a large number of states should be at the threshold of what you would consider to be herd immunity before the end of this spring. So at the same time, Americans seem to be unaware that Europe is going into a third wave and are doing lockdowns again. They don't want to say that because it seems to me that they don't want Americans to realize that their government in the end handled the pandemic better. They made such a big deal over how badly the Trump administration was handling the pandemic. And then in the end, the United States ends up doing better than anybody else because of it. Yeah. So they just ignore it. And so when you look at people trading it, and retail, like the institutional people, they know this, but the retail people, I don't think they understand this. And so you kind of get some of this bizarre action where it's like they're buying it even though they don't know why. And they don't know why the Europeans are selling it, you know? They're doing everything to prevent Trump from being reelected. Well, I don't think he's going to be reelected in 2024. But did you see that thing where Joe Biden is like that he plans on running again in 2024? I wonder if he really believes that, because just watching him in that press conference, I don't see how he thinks that he's going to get reelected in 2024, let alone run. You went down? You can come down and you can look around. Okay, there you go. Conservative chatter is that people want DeSantis. Yeah, I would say that at this point, Ron DeSantis, who is the governor of Florida, by the way, and he's done a really good job on, or at least what the Republicans want in Florida. I would say that he is absolutely the front runner. So for so long, I thought that it would be Mr. Vice President. But man, when he refused to invalidate the election results, you know, they really, they really turned on him, man. Mike Pence, man, the MAGA crowd really turned on Mike Pence. So I don't think that he really is the shoo-in that he was. So what are you left with? Is Donald Trump going to run in again in 2024? I think that what is going to happen, he's going to open up a social media service here. It's going to be wildly popular. And he'll be too busy doing that, and he won't want to run. And DeSantis, he might be a really strong, I don't know. I mean, there's lots of things about president that you got to have, and I don't know if he has. I have to see him campaign. But in terms of just like the resume and name recognition and all of that stuff, he's a good candidate. Yeah. He's a Harvard guy, is he? Is Trump banned for life on Twitter or like Zero Hedge, or could it return? So we were told that it was just like until things calm down. But it doesn't appear to me that Donald Trump has any interest in going back to Twitter. So he's not going to ask them to come back, then they're not going to bring him back, right? DeSantis isn't bad. He's pretty solid. Media Democrats complained that he didn't strangle our state with COVID restrictions, but he left it to local governments. All he did was make it so local governments couldn't punish people for not complying with fines and jail. Yeah, and that's the way I think it should be. This whole thing that like, you have to punish, like arrest people if they're out and about during quarantine, is ridiculous. I can't believe that people support that. Like, it's so weird. People just do not think ahead on these things, right? Like, in a dystopian future, they can use that. They can say, you can't be out tonight because we're concerned about a virus. And they can just make it up and lock you in your homes. Like, no, the Constitution is there to protect against that sort of thing from ever happening. It's like COVID didn't exist here until people talked about. So interestingly enough, here in Utah, we are one of like 5 states that are pretty much at herd immunity now. Believe it or not. Isn't that interesting? We had like full on restrictions in March, but then after that we had opened up completely, and it's just been like, wear a mask, and that's been it. But it was certainly here. I caught it. It was not fun. Lots of people got it. We were concerned about the hospital capacity for a while, but it subsided and we were okay. So I did a little bit of cleaning up in the room and made it so that there's not very much in here for him to mess around with, and I think he's already a little bored with it. Same here in Florida. People wear masks and go about like business as usual. Yeah. But the thing that I want to come back is public events. Okay, so let's see here. Let's look at the numbers. Consumer sentiment was 84.9. Inflation expectations was 3.1. So all of those numbers were good, and I wouldn't say that the market took off because of that news. Because it was a good 2 minutes after that it went. But it does look like that perhaps the things constraining them before are gone, and they're willing to buy it up. We'll see if they make it above. Was that a new overnight high? I'm not sure. It was. So that was a new high, daily high. So probably we're okay to just stick with it. Well, okay, hold up. There are good amounts of liquidity trading. Did you poop? Of course, I'm talking to the baby, not you. So it looks to me like there's probably a little bit of upside, but that the best move might have been over. It might do what it did yesterday, though, where there's too large legs to it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. We will be right back. What are you doing, Asher? You just ruined the stream. Okay, wait. We're back. It's all good. We're good. We're back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Asher Show. Okay, so, hey, you know what? I called that one pretty well. I didn't say they was going to reverse, but I did say, like, the upside from here is a little bit limited now. I should have factored in more that, you know, since it's been so constrained already, to see this much absorption that quickly is a bad sign. Doesn't mean that it's going to be the high of the day, but it seems to be reacting very strongly to order flow right now. You gonna type things now, Asher? Huh? Okay, yeah, he's pushing the keyboard, all the keys. Yeah, look, it's typing right there. Oh, but you want to type over there? You're like, no, Daddy, I want to go long. Oh, what's that? No, don't turn on sticky keys. Nope. What the hell? Did you guys hear that sound? Your kid just found Windows Hidden Space Invader. That's what it sounds like to me. What the heck? Discord is doing something weird now. He must have hit some sort of hotkey that does something in Discord. Here, let's have him come over into the web browser instead. Maybe that'll be safer. Oh, you can't see it. He's gotten into the start menu now. Okay. What are you doing? What is this? There we go. Do that. Now you can't. Now you're on the other machine. You can't break. That one's on the lock screen. Now you can't break anything. Only a Canadian would be safe there. What? In Cuba? Yeah. Well, you got to remember that a lot of Cuba's economy was tourism to begin with. Can I pay for CES indicator in dollary dues? Well, you do it. You press the join button down below and pay for the $10 a month subscription tier. And then you have to go to speculators.com, download the indicators, and then there is some instructions there on how to send us your machine ID so that I can activate it. And then you come on to Discord or onto the stream here and, you know, pester me until I do it. And like I said, one of the main reasons that I made those available was so that we could get Rhythmic API Plus and build a platform on it. So once we get enough people, I'd say about a dozen or so, we'll start trying to make our own platform. Which we didn't answer the question from before. What should we build it in? Because I was thinking like maybe I should try building it in Rust or Go or one of those funky languages. But now I'm thinking like, maybe I should just build it in C++. Or C#. Maybe I should just build it in C#, which is what I know best. You sure like that keyboard, buddy. You know what? He would probably sit here and play with the keyboard and mouse all day if I let him. J2 actually not doing so well today. I have to go at the end of that and see, is it because he's trading really poorly? So I think that J2 overall should take less trades. You felt safer in Cuba than Jamaica? What was a big yawn? Is this mom messaging us? No. Oh, okay. Brett sent us a new machine ID, so we'll fix that. I'll do it after the stream when I've got the baby off of the computer. Because I shouldn't open that screen up on stream, so. I have them all weekend. Yeah. I guess I won't be all weekend. I need to go and get my car registered, so I think I'm going to try and pawn them off on Grandma tomorrow. At least for that time. But then for the rest of the time, I have baby Asher all weekend. Now, I haven't made a video in a long time. And I have a video plan. So I'm going to try and do that while he's asleep on Saturday and Sunday. We'll see where we get. We'll see where we get. No promises. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, Seth, you really need to make another video. So we'll do it. That's sexist. No one asks the mom, do you have the baby all day? I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, if dad is not home and the wife was streaming and she doesn't normally have the baby on the stream, then one might wonder, oh, okay, so are you going to be alone with the baby? That would be a bad question to ask, maybe, because then it's like, oh, they're vulnerable, but no. When dads say they are babysitting. Well, so here's my perspective on it. Watching the baby is not babysitting. But when it's just me and the baby, it's babysitting. I literally can't do anything else. Like, I can try and make a video when he's asleep in that. So it is babysitting. I'd say I'm babysitting this weekend is how I put it. Like I have to put it that way because it's like when talking to other people, it has to be clear that like I literally can't do anything that takes my eyes off of the child for more than 5 seconds. Because it doesn't matter where you are, whatever the thing is that he shouldn't be getting into, he will get into it every time. Every time, man. It's babysitting. When we're all at home and mom and dad are at home and not, then it's different. But if I was going off to work and it was just my wife and the baby at home during the day, I would say that she's babysitting. I get the whole idea about that it's like anti-man, or I don't see it that way. I see it as that this is the word description that is most effective at describing to people the situation and obligations that I have at that time. If all your attention has to be put on the baby, you're babysitting. It's hard. I mean, it's not hard work, but that's another one that drives me crazy. Listen, if I could sit home and watch the baby all day instead of doing a day job, I would take it. I would take it. It's way more fun and it's way easier. The thing for me that I find difficult about it though is that he will just interrupt anything, you know? Like I want to be able to sit and be able to go through my own thought process, and if there's like something interrupting you every second, you can't ever even think. That gets hard. Why are you sneezing? You're still a cute sneezer. You still sneeze cute. Boomerangs really do come back when you throw them. I was curious if they really did, so I went out date to throw one and almost lost. Oh, I really want to buy a boomerang though. Oh, that's what we should do. Nice. Nah. Check that beam. Well, he's got a little bit of... No, he's fine. And like the other thing is that doing what babysitting during a pandemic kind of sucks. Like we could go to the zoo, we could go to the aquarium, but not if I have to wear a mask and all that crap. No way. No way. At the age that he's at, it's mostly interesting to go for you because the kid will kind of enjoy it even though they won't remember it. But if I have to wear a mask, they can wait a year when they actually understand what's going on and truly enjoy the zoo. When that's exactly what happened to me last time I had a boomerang, was it didn't work very well and didn't have a very good space to throw it, and it disappeared. What's going on? Your mouth is a little dry there, bud. You've been drooling. I have to clean your face. Put some lotion on. It's been dry out here in Utah past few days. By the way, what time is it? 8:30? So I think that probably about the when we should get going. What's that about? What's so funny? Are you laughing at me? You laughing at me? Huh? I've been practicing my New York accent yesterday. And I don't think I can pull it off. It's not that my New York accent is bad, but I'm just realizing that as good as I get at it, New Yorkers will always know it's fake. They will always know it's fake. You're under tornado warnings, huh? Are you getting bored of the keyboard now? You're like, it's not that interesting. GameStop is above 210 again. I don't get there must be somebody with options. It's got to be like let's see another options expiration go through and if it keeps set up, because I can't imagine how anybody still thinks that it's worth 210 or that there's still a squeeze going on. Like, come on. Oh, your feet are ice cold, dude. Your feet are ice cold. Those 800. Well, it's not going to get to 800. Part of being a good dad is putting. Yeah, I don't know. I think barefoot is should be fine. Usually we don't put socks on him. It's not like we go anywhere. Yeah. You see it right into that. Just talk right into there. Which is why your other kids all died of no, that's not what happens. No, I don't think so. Do you hear the sound? By the way, back up here at the top, they're trading big volume again. There's a good amount of liquidity sitting up there at 39.22. Well, we might just quit for the day. But you want to come up? Just text me. You want to come up? If you've gotten your vaccine yet, we come up and hang out with us. Otherwise, we're just chilling. Oh, don't take the armrest off of the oh, stop. Asher, what are you doing? Asher, stop. Oh, there's a new high. Okay. I'll stick around for 2 more minutes. Let's see here. What do we got? If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Sometimes you might have a hard time finding the stream, so bookmark the permanent live stream link in the video description. You can download my indicators for free and try them out for 2 weeks at speculatorseth.com, where I have histograms and positioning models that I use to judge market activity. And also there's that link in Yada. If you sign up for Yada, of course anybody can create a referral link, but so go and use my referral link, Speculator Seth, when you sign up for Yada, and we'll both get 100 free tickets. And then turn around and do it for all your family. I don't get anything when you do it for your family, but you'll get tickets, and you can make usually the 100 tickets will give you a couple up to $10. So free money, and you should have a savings account anyways, but it's really fun. And you get double rewards. Actually, you get 200 tickets this week, so we want to remind you guys about that. When I say go, no, I should go because I think it looks like it snowed outside. I think I need to go check on the chickens outside. So I will quit early today. Obviously, we missed the trades. If we could have just traded like normal, I think we would have gone long maybe once or twice. But it's okay. And what else? 15 points. Yeah. Oh, did you get the whole 15? Really? Well, I guess we were a lot lower when you bought like on the open, but okay, you have to get it every day. Stop trying to make me FOMO. Stop it. Stop. Yeah. Oh, okay. How long did you hold that one yesterday, by the way? I'm much more interested in that. That one yesterday was like the one. That could have been huge if you held it. Oh, it wasn't that huge for you? Okay. Well, that's okay. As long as it was a win, I guess it's fine. Oh, this looks like they're going to go, man. I mean, I don't think that they're going to touch 4,000 today or anything, but it looks like it's going to be a bullish day. So, because they pushed through that high pretty strongly. Yields are cooperating. The dollar seems to be cooperating a little bit. By the way, how is gold and silver doing? Pull it up here. Silver doesn't look so good again. Why do they hate silver so much? I just don't understand. That kid is about to break something. Nah, he's fine. He's just playing with the garbage can. All right. Well, what should we call today's video? I was surprised to wake up and find that it was snowing, but it was getting weird weather all over the place. Raining cats and dogs in Sydney. Yeah. I sure hope his shadow doesn't scare him. Gonna call it taking it easy on Friday after crazy week. It was a crazy week. All right, guys. I will see you guys next week. Otherwise, hopefully we get a video out. Please like the video and subscribe. I will see you Monday. Stay profitable, friends. Yeah, garbage can over his head. Yeah, he's strong. He's very strong. Oh, what the heck? The button to end the stream has disappeared. He got rid of it. Ooh, we're going to have to fix that. All right. Later.